Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Mogriffjr Jr., and I want to welcome you to my Hard Knocks team mock draft for our upcoming Madden 18 release. I'm pretty excited for what's coming down the road for us in Hard Knocks as we continue to be one of the best sim leagues out there. As always, follow us on our main Twitter at TSO Hard Knocks. I figured, why not we do a mock draft and hopefully create some conversation as we finally get Madden 18 in our hands, and instead of talking about what's what's not out in the game, we can talk about a couple teams that I think at least people are thinking about. So why don't we get into it? First up, we have Hot Rod, and go figure, Hot Rod is the number one pick. If you didn't know, Hot Rod won the first pick in a tournament we did last year for TSO. So that was his prize, was getting the first pick in the draft here. So I mean, it's it's a pick of the litter here, and there's been a lot of speculation as to what Rod is going to pick, and a lot of people are thinking that Rod's going to take a top team. I mean, he had the Falcons last year, and the Falcons ended up being one of the best teams in the NFL. But for Rod, and since he's the number one pick, I decided, and I think he's thinking about the Tampa Bay Bucks. So why Tampa Bay? Tampa Bay. See, knowing Rod for a while now, Rod likes, he likes youth. He likes, to go with young quarterback. He likes to build his team with a whole bunch of, young studs and build them up. He's, into roster management, heavy roster GM guy. So, I'm thinking, the Bucks have one of the best quarterbacks in the game, upcoming wise, in Jameis Winston. So you got Jameis Winston, and you got a stud wide receiver to throw to in Mike Evans. So already right there, that's like previous teams that Rod's had. He's always getting a stud wide receiver. That's just how it goes. And he had Julio Jones last year, which beasted for him for the whole release pretty much. So now he has Jameis Winston throwing to Mike Evans. They drafted O.J. Howard, and again, another stud offensive weapon for Rod to use. So you have him. You got guys like Vincent Jackson, who's still a bit long in the tooth, but he can still get it done. They also drafted Chris Godwin, guy from Penn State. Might become a staple of Rod's offense. So their offense is pretty much there. I know running back wise, not necessarily the type of backs he likes. He, usually has a balanced back, one who can run through the tackles, run up the gut, and can take the speed and has speed to get to the outside. So, guys like Doug Martin and Jacquizz Rodgers, not exactly the Rod type back, but they're still serviceable. Defense wise, he's gonna have a strong defense. He's gonna have Jerry McCoy up the middle. You got Noah Spence coming off the edge, and you got Levante David, Quan Alexander. These are two like really good linebackers for Rod to have. So, the defense is gonna be there. Cornerback, he might need help with a little bit the secondary. Vernon Hargreaves was a good rising cornerback. Kind of struggled last year in the NFL, so ratings might not be up to par. But again, he's a young guy. Rod can mold into a top flight cover corner. So that's who I think is going to go one, and we'll see if I'm right. Number two, we have Steamboat Reb. Now, I'm trying to get into Reb's head, and I'm thinking Reb is going to go with the Patriots. So I picked the Patriots because I don't know. Reb always struck me as a guy. He likes to. He's not necessarily into roster management. He likes the players that he likes. He likes to win now. He likes guys who are already developed. And Patriots pretty much have a roster that they could go out and win the Super Bowl, as evident, because that's what the Patriots do. Of course, they got Tom Brady, like the best quarterback ever. They got Gronkowski there. Gronkowski's still one of the best tight ends in the game. Offensive line is going to be good. Um, they brought in, Brandon Cooks, who again he's gonna take the top off the defense. So Gronk and Cooks, that's just like that's a dangerous combo for Brady in general. And I think Reb's gonna he's gonna do well. He's gonna see this and he's gonna take it and run. He's gonna have a ton of options besides Cook and Gronk. They got a couple other wide receivers, decent guys like Chris Hogan and things like that would help on the offensive side. Defense. Patriots did pick up Stephon Gilmore, so Gilmore is gonna join with Malcolm Butler, and that's gonna be a nice cornerback tandem for Reb. So I really like this match here for Reb, and I think I'm thinking right now that's where he's gonna go with that at number 2. Number 3, we have Cole, and I mean this seems like a no-brainer, and apparently I just learned that Cole was a Falcons fan, so of course I'm gonna go with the Falcons. Number 3, we're gonna go Cole with the Atlanta Falcons, and listen, the Falcons are one of the fastest defenses in the game. Deion Jones, Neal, Vic Beasley. I mean, these guys are flying to the football. They probably all have 90 speed, 90 plus speed, things like that. I know Cole caught a lot of slack last year with the Lions and trading Darius Slay, so I hope he doesn't, quote unquote, trade Desmond Trufant, which is going to be his top cornerback this year. I mean, don't make the same mistake twice, buddy. You know what I mean? So you got, you're going to have a fast defense. Cole's offense is going to be awesome. He's going to have a whole bunch of playmakers for Matt Ryan. He's going to have Julio Jones, of course, one of the, probably the best wide receiver in the game right now. And then he has a very nice 1-2 combination with Devonta Freeman and Tevin Coleman. So, I mean, Cole pretty much is walking into a great situation with the Falcons here at number 3. Number 4, Pitt. Pitt is going with the Texans. I mean, I don't think it's a surprise here. Pitt had the Texans last year, but, this is his team. So I'm going with Pitt with Houston here. And, of course, we know what Pitt does here. Pitt is a quarterback guy. I know his team drafted Deshaun Watson to be the future, but, listen, Pitt's probably going to go through 7 to 10 quarterbacks this release, and we're just going to have to live with it. That's just what Pitt does. It's all good. People like to build their teams however the hell they want to do it. So, with that said, he still has a great defense. He's going to have J.J. Watt. Probably trade him too. He's going to have, he has Nook. Probably going to trade him too. Fuller. Probably going to trade him too at wide receivers. But, with that said, Pitt likes to do what he does with his team, and, usually he gets, good value and things like that. So, but we're going to go with Pitt Texans at number 4. Number 5, CA, a.k.a. Controller Abuser. We're going to go with the Vikings for CA here. He comes into a good situation. One of the best defenses in the game. There, tons of, great talent, cornerback, secondary. It's tailor-made for, CA to just come in. Probably wouldn't bother the defense on that side of the ball. Offensive-wise, he has an interesting decision with the quarterback position because I'm not sure if he is feeling Sam Bradford or Teddy Bridgewater there. But we'll see. Also, the Vikings, they did release Peterson. So Peterson is gone, but I mean, honestly, they might have gotten more explosive as a whole as they drafted Dalvin Cook, and they did sign Latavius Murray from the Raiders. So Peterson is like one of the best running backs to ever step on the field, and you can't really, you don't want to replace that guy. You might not replace him, but honestly, between him and whoever junk that they had when Peterson got hurt or things like that. At least they have two. They have a nice tandem of Cook and Murray. Adam Thielen kind of stepped up last year, became a nice receiver for them. So you combine that with Diggs and Kyle Rudolph at the tight end position, and I think you got something going there for CA. So I think that's where he's gonna go. Number 6, Bob. I struggled with this one. I was sitting here, and Bob said he was not going to take the Cowboys. He might not take the Cowboys, and he's been the Cowboys. He was the Cowboys last. I think he was Cowboys last release. No, it was right actually. But anyway, I don't know. I don't think he's gonna go with the Cowboys here. So I went with the Packers. I don't know why I went the Packers, to be honest with you, but for one, he's gonna be reunited with Aaron Rodgers, which he did have last release, Madden 17 HK season. He's gonna have Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, Devontae Adams. He's gonna even have Ty Montgomery, wherever the hell they're gonna put him, wide receiver or running back. So he's gonna have a ton of options. Packers also did sign Martellus Bennett. So the offense is gonna be dynamic. Defensive wise, not exactly gonna be stellar. I mean, they still got some, very good guys on there. Clinton Dix is a young safety. That's probably going to be one of the better safeties in the game. They did draft Kevin King at the corner position. And, they always still have Clay Matthews. So, Bob, Bob likes to, he's a roster tinkerer too. So, you never know what he's going to do with his roster. But, I'm going to go with the Packers here at number 6 for Bob. Number 7 is Jersey Rain. And I'm going to go with the Eagles here. I'm going to go with his favorite team. I'm going to do his little slogan for him. EAGLES, Eagles. So we're going to go with Eagles here. I don't know. I don't think he can pass up the Eagles. He's going to be running wild with Pennsylvania and, all this other, hoopla and blah, 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 and all that. And, we'll see where it goes with them. The Eagles, they added Alshon Jeffrey, Torrey Smith, LeGarrette Blount as veterans to help, Wentz grow into a competent quarterback. He struggled last year. He really didn't have a lot of weapons, to be honest with you. He only had Jordan Matthews. So, adding Jeffrey, adding Smith should really help the offense. Their defense, I know they tinker with the secondary, and they grabbed Sidney Jones, who was he was my cornerback that I had in Madden 17. Thanks to the what we do with the rosters, we bring in all the top collegiate guys, we create them, bring them into the draft, things like that. So Sidney Jones was a beast for me. So I'm just gonna say he might be a beast for Eagles. I don't know how that translates or not, but that's just me, just thinking that he'll be really good in Madden next year. So we're gonna go with the Eagles here. Number 8, Adrian. Adrian's going with the Chiefs, man. It's what he's gonna do. I don't think he's another guy that could pass up his favorite team. They have a great secondary. Defense is stout. Eric Berry, Marcus Peters. I mean, you can't really mess that up. I know last year Adrian had a huge boner for Tyreek Hill. So Hill's going to be back better than ever. Hill wasn't really great when we started the rosters out last year. So Hill's going to have all that blazing speed, but he's probably going to have better catch ratings, better kick return ratings. He's going to have all that good stuff. I am curious, though, if he's going to start with Mahomes initially off with the rosters or in the season as that goes. So I'm curious to see if he's going with Alex Smith or Mahomes. So that's probably the only question mark there. But we're going to go with the Chiefs here for Adrian. Number 9 is Guy. I'm going to go with the Giants. I don't know. I think Guy wants to change. I don't think he would stick with the Raiders here. I think he's gonna go with the most air raidy team available, and that's the Giants. You got Eli Manning back there slinging that rock. I know he's a little old in the tooth, but he could always draft a quarterback coming up in the draft. But I mean, as far as the offense goes, Beckham Jr., Shepard, you got Brandon Marshall with the jump ball cheese. You got Ingram, which he did draft as a tight end last year. So you got all these components, and I think that's just like a perfect guy team. Air raid, spread them out. The Giants use like a ton of three wide receiver sets anyway. Guy likes the three wide receiver sets, so I mean it's just perfect to me. And they come with a good defense. They got a big time nose tackle, Damon Snacks Harrison. He's gonna clog the middle, stuff all types of runs. So he's gonna be great there. He's gonna have edge rushers, Pierre Paul, Olivier Vernon. He's gonna have those guys, so he's gonna be covered there. Secondary is gonna be really good. Landon Collins came on, was like a beast last year, so Collins is probably gonna become or be one of the top rated safeties in the game. So, and you got Janoris Jenkins and Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, and you got Eli Apple. So you got a lot of good pieces here with the Giants. So the Giants, they're picked ninth here, but you're getting great value. So I'm gonna go with the Giants with guy. Number 10 is hit, and I'm gonna go with the Jaguars here. I mean, I think it's a no-brainer. It's his favorite team. Questions: is Bortles really the guy? We're not really sure right now. I know he took a step back. He had a couple mechanical issues here and there. Will he even be rated good enough for Hit to use? I mean, there's just some questions there. I mean, the offense is going to be really good. They drafted Fournette, so he's going to be a monster. He's going to be, he's going to be that running back that the Jaguars have been looking for and thought they probably had in T.J. Yeldon, but Yeldon really hasn't panned out. So Yeldon's probably going to take a back seat, probably be a, just a change of pace type of dude. I know they got Chris Ivory still, so you got those three guys. Before that's going to be the guy. They still got Allen Robinson at the wide receiver position. They got Hearns. They got Lee. So they got a lot of weapons, a lot of good weapons. It's just for Bortles, man. He's the guy. You got to wonder, what is he gonna do? Defense. I mean, the defense is gonna be surprisingly good. I think they're gonna be fast. They're gonna be all over the field. They got Telvin Smith. I mean, one of the fastest linebackers in the game. They're gonna have Fowler. He's probably he's gonna be back on the field. So expect Fowler to be one of those guys come off the edge, give the Jags some pressure. You got Miles Jack. Jack is gonna have a lot of expectations to be one of the up and coming stars at the linebacker spot. Again, young, youthful. He has a lot of time to learn. He's probably gonna be really good. And then they did grab AJ Boye from the Texans to team with Ramsey. So you got a nice 1-2 combination in the secondary there. And I'm really looking forward to see how Hit molds this roster and what they become over the years or seasons as we move on here. Number 11, GTG. I was thinking about Bears here, but he doesn't really care. He's not like a hardcore Bear fan like his brother. So I'm gonna go with the Cowboys here. And Cowboys fell to 11. Like, I was doing this and I was like, honestly, I almost went back and started tinkering and things like that. But I'm like, hold on. I think this is a nice spot. He's going to come into, having one of the best offensive lines in the game. Zeke was like an MVP for like all these seasons in Madden 17. And he's probably going to shine in GTG's inside zone scheme. You got that. You got Dak. Dak can throw a little bit. He's probably going to try, or at least try, to get rid of that 31-yard stigma that's probably going to follow him around whatever the hell he goes, or what team he uses, or what quarterback he uses. So, I like the Cowboys here for GTG. He likes the, ball control offense, run the ball. That was a staple when he won the, championship, HK title years back. He was a stout runner, good defense. So I think he has, part of that. Defensive wise is not as great, but again, you still got a couple of nice pieces there. I love Byron Jones. Byron Jones is like, a stud. So, you got him in the secondary. You got Jalen Smith. Hopefully, he becomes what everyone thought he was before he like badly hurt his knee. So you got that. You got Sean Lee. Sean Lee, Penn State guy. Hopefully them two become, one of the better, or part of one of the better linebacking corps, and in the game. So you got some nice pieces there, and I really like the Cowboys here at 11 for GTG. Number 12, bouncer. I'm gonna go with the Raiders here. Again, another team that kind of fell, but I love the Raiders here for bouncer. First of all, he's gonna have Derek Carr. Carr is gonna be, one of the top-rated quarterbacks in the game. You're gonna have Amari Cooper. Going to be one of the top wide receivers in the game. You're going to have Crabtree out there. Cordell Patterson, although he's not necessarily a wide receiver, he's just more of a returner. But again, Madden speed kills, so he's going to have a lot of speed. So, I like having those guys for bouncer who, bouncer, he's a sneaky guy. He might doubt himself sometime, but he's a really good player. So he's going to, the Raiders, he's probably going to do really good. I expect him to be in the mix, to be winning a couple divisions, possibly get a Super Bowl, things like that. He's going to have a good team. Defensive-wise, I know they drafted Gary and Conley to help out in the secondary. Between him and Hayden, I think that's, that might be a good, young secondary that bouncer could, build upon. And of course they got Khalil Mack, who's like the beast of defense. Like he's one of the best defensive players, period. So, bouncer, I really like this team for you. So I'm gonna go with the Raiders here. Raiders here. 13, Cade. I'm gonna go with the Broncos here with Cade. He's gonna have Von Miller, best pass rusher in the game, period. It's a great secondary. Harris Jr., Talib, TJ Ward, Bradley Roby. He's going to have all those guys. The question is going to be the quarterback. Cade last year, he drafted Deshaun Watson after, Brady retired. So he's not afraid to grab who he thinks is going to be his future. Although he might have that in Paxton Lynch, I'm just not sure right now if he really likes Paxton Lynch or would like him for the future. He's still going to have good wide receivers. Emmanuel Sanders is good still. Demarius Thomas is a beast still. At running back, he's going to have Jamal Charles, who, you never know. Maybe he'll regain the form that he had before. Maybe he'll just be solid, but you never know right now. And then he got Jake Butt. It's probably going to be his new Gronk. So I think Broncos are a real good pick here for Cade. 14 is MG. I'm going to go with the Bears. Favorite team. I know the Bears are high as far as where they be picking, but, I don't. MG just seems like a guy, he won't turn his back on Chicago. He loves Chicago. He'll never leave. He'll never not say bear down. Who does he have? Mitch Trubisky. Does he believe he's a franchise quarterback? We will see. MG, he doesn't mind trading guys, but I'm sure he'll give Trubisky the chance to be the star, be the guy in Chicago. You got Jordan Howard. He really came on last year as a running back. So, you got some nice pieces there. Kevin White was, his dude, just unfortunately injuries kind of, hurt his, his development here. I think he's still going to be rated pretty solidly in Madden. So I think he's, probably going to flourish under MG with Trubisky and Howard. So you got those guys. And then defense, you got, Lamar Houston. And, MG was he was really high on Leonard Floyd. So I think, he's going to make Floyd one of his centerpieces for the future here. So we're going to go Bears, MG at 14. 15, the hat, at single. Hope I said that right. Sorry, brother. Bengals, again, favorite team here. He already said he's going to trade Joe Mixon. So anybody who needs a running back out there, Mixon's going to be on the block. He doesn't like him. The hat has morals. So just let y'all know, might want to start sliding those DMs for the hat. He's still gonna have a very good offense though. Dalton not necessarily has a powerful arm, but he's still gonna have AJ Green. He's gonna have John Ross, like probably gonna be the fastest wide receiver in the game. So he's gonna be throwing deep. I think he's gonna be spreading it out a bit more. I think the Hat's probably gonna get a little comfortable. See what he can do in the passing game because he's really gonna have good weapons. At running back, since he's gonna trade Mixon, he's gonna have Jeremy Hill and Giovanni Bernard's still gonna be there. So he's not like he's gonna leave himself with a void at running back. It's just like I said, he has more. So there you go. Defense returns usual suspects. Burfict's still going to be there as a head case. And you got Adam Jones, another head case. But, they'll still be solid on the defensive side of the ball. We're going to go with the Bengals here. It's your favorite team. That's what we're going to do. 16. Tim. Everybody was saying the Niners, but, come on. You're at 16. I know, there's some teams you probably take as your favorite. But when you could grab another team that high, I think Tim's going to go for it. I think Tim's going to go with the Steelers here. Tim, I think got, nice bit of success with the Titans last year. So I think he's just going to, find a team that might best suit him. And I like the Steelers here. I like him because, Tim's one of those guys likes to throw to the running back. He got Le'Veon Bell, one of the best pass-catching running backs in the game. So he has that component. You're going to have Antonio Brown, star receiver, one of the best wide receivers in the game. You're going to have him. Martavius Bryant's going to be back. He just needs to stay off the weed. You're going to have Eli Rogers and Colts, and he's going to have Juju Smith-Schuster. So he's going to have a ton of options at the wide receiver spot. He's going to be good on offense. On the defensive side of the ball, again, the Steelers are kind of looking, still looking to improve their secondary. So I know Tim's probably going to be attacking that as best as he could. They still got Shazier, I really like as a linebacker, and they got T.J. Watt, who hopefully becomes a nice combo with Shazier. So at 16, Steelers for Tim. 17, Coach. Coach is, I think this is a perfect fit for Coach. I'm going to go with the Panthers here. Cam Newton, read option, a sturdy quarterback who's not going to get hurt. These are things that Coach probably has been, he's been trying for years with this read option stuff. He even benched, Aaron Rodgers for Brent Hundley last year in Madden 17. So, but now you got Cam Newton. You got one of the best quarterbacks for that offense on the game. You got Christian McCaffrey. They just drafted. Curtis Samuel just drafted. They're gonna have a whole bunch of speed, and just running back cheese everywhere. You're gonna have these guys lining up at wide receiver and running back. He's gonna have a lot of options here. And Coach is one of those types with the offense. He likes to, throw. He'll throw a couple wrinkles in there. He's definitely not by the book. Yeah, he'll run a read option offense, but he likes to, I like his offense. He likes to do different things with it. So, I know he's still gonna have Greg Olsen. Still gonna have Devin Funchess, and whatever the hell Kelvin Benjamin is. I don't know if he's a tight end, the offensive lineman. I don't know what he wants to be. I don't know if he needs to lose weight. That's what he needs to be. Be Kelvin Benjamin when he first came out. So you got that. Defense, you got Luke, Kuechly, who's, one of the best linebackers in the game. Then you combine him with Shaq Thompson and Thomas Davis. So, he has, a very good linebacking corps. Secondary is kind of iffy. Defense probably is going to be decent. So, for Coach, probably a perfect fit for him at 17. 18, Simi. I'm going with the Cardinals here. I like the Cardinals for Simi. I like the fact that he's going to have a nice bell cow running back, David Johnson. He's like Le'Veon Bell light. Power, can run, can catch. He can do everything on the field. So, you're going to have him. I know he's going to be dealing with a couple older guys. Carson Palmer at quarterback. Larry Fitzgerald. But in the past, that really hasn't, hindered Simi. He kind of, tries to find the best fit or best guys for his offense. He really, won't overpay to get a quarterback or a stud quarterback. If one falls to him in the draft, he will do that. If he could pick one in free agency we feel can fit his offense, he'll do that too. So, Palmer's going to be fine for him. I don't know how about the future, but, for now, that's a real good fit. Defense, you got, still got Tyrann Mathieu. Still got Patrick Peterson. That's still a dangerous secondary still. Also, they got Chandler Jones, in the linebacker corps. So, again, Cardinals going to be really good. And Simi, he proved last year, um, he could ball. Probably a couple people were sleeping on him, and then he came out and took the Chargers and made them one of the better teams in HK last year. So, Cardinals are a great fit here at 18. At 19, you got Wright. I think Wright's going with the Titans here. I like them. Sneaky underrated, 19. They got lots of talent on this team. Mariota is on the way to becoming a star. You got Derrick Henry. DeMarco Murray is a nice 1-2 punch here at the running back spot. Corey Davis might be a future star in this league. It's probably going to be Mariota's favorite target. Very good offensive line. The line, opened up tons of holes for Murray and Henry last year. So, I like this team. I like how it's, forming. Defense is stout. Got studs all over the place. Gerald Casey's a monster in the middle. Probably one of the unheralded defensive tackles in the game. Brian Orakpo, Avery Williamson. They got some guys here, man. I'm gonna go 19 here at the Titans for Wright. 20, Blazer. Man, I know you wanted the Panthers, man. You was right there. And it's going to be weird seeing the Blazer with another team. We're going to go here with the Chargers. And, I think it's a perfect fit, Blazer change, man. Chargers a change team. Chargers moved to L.A. I like it here. Blazer's going to have a, good running back, Melvin Gordon. He's going to have beast wide receivers. Keenan Allen. If he can stay on the field, it's going to be good. Mike Williams, Clemson, beast wide receiver. Like, they have a nice 1-2 punch. They have a ton of other options at wide receiver that could, step in if need be. Hunter Henry, I kind of like at tight end too. So they got some nice options offensively. And defensively, good secondary. Verrett, one of the best young cornerbacks coming up. Brandon Flowers still is good. And they got Joey Bosa, who is a monster. This fool sat out a couple games, and he still came out, was a beast. So, you got a couple of nice guys here for Blazer, and I think he's going to be really good and, pretty happy. He might, look to upgrade Phillip Rivers' noodle arm and stuff like that. But, other than that, I like this pick for Blazer at 20. 21, Big Tub. I'm going to go with the Seahawks here. I like the Seahawks here for Tubb. Secondary wise, I know Tubb, is a man. He needs to have his, guys in the secondary to cover. This man been dying to get cover corners for like the last 3 to 4 releases here. So he's gonna come out, out the gate with Richard Sherman. He's gonna have a shutdown corner there. He's gonna have Earl Thomas, beast free safety. He's gonna have Cam Chancellor who still bring the wood. So he's gonna have nice guys there. I know the offensive line is a huge worry here, but you're getting towards the latter part of the draft, of the team draft, and not many, those good teams are there. So I'm taking what I think Tubb likes to do best. He's gonna have Russell Wilson, still one of the best quarterbacks in the game, and then he's gonna have that tight end cheese and Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham still can catch it, do whatever he has to do. So he's gonna have a couple nice pieces to work with. Like I said, again, the offensive line is going to be a concern. But Tubbs going to be coming into a winner in Seattle, so he's going to be fine. Don't feel sorry for Tubb. It's okay. 22, Jay Sims. Jay Sims, I think you're going with the Ravens here, man. And I think it's a Jay Sims team. A good defense, conservative offense, West Coast style. Joe Flacco throwing to all types of receivers and things like that. Sims really doesn't care for a guy with a big time arm, but he's gonna have Flacco, so he's gonna be able to air it out sometimes. He's not necessarily going to have the type of wide receivers to air it out and go deep. He's going to have Jeremy Maclin, Mike Wallace, nice wide receivers, that could, move the chains. And that's the type of offense that Sims likes to run. So you're going to have that nice ball control offense there. I know running back wise, he's not going to have a stud. He's going to have Javorus Allen. I don't know who he's going to start. Trent Richardson, Trent Richardson, what he's going to do. And you got Kenneth Dixon, who's likely probably going to be the best of the bunch. So, again, he's going to have that nice ball control type offense and, decent running backs, at least to start off with, to be, good enough to compete. Defensive wise, he's going to be stout defensively. He's going to have C.J. Mosley, beast middle linebacker. They signed Tony Jefferson from the Cards, so he upgrades the secondary there. And they hope Marlon Humphrey is going to be, the next stud cover corner that they're going to have, their first round pick there. So I really like this pick for Jay Sims, especially at this late of the draft at 22. 23, Jay Mustang. I'm going to go with the Rams here. Might be a little high for some, but I'm thinking along the lines of what JM likes to do. JM is a defensive line guy. He's going to have studs. I don't know who he's going to have coming off that edge, playing that edge thing. It might be Robert Quinn, who's a very good pass rusher. It might be Aaron Donald, one of the best defensive tackles of the game. I don't know who it's going to be, but he's going to have somebody off that edge sacking your ass. So he's going to have that defensive line cheese there. He's going to have a good running back. Gurley's going to still be there. I really don't know if he's a believer in Jared Goff. That remains to be seen. He's probably going to need work on the offensive line. But if any of y'all know who JM is and what he do, he's going to probably pawn off one of them defensive guys and steal your picks. Get somebody that he really likes, in the draft. And y'all probably going to regret it. And you probably shouldn't trade with him. But, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, I'm just poking fun at your JM. So, but I think the Rams are a nice spot here at 23 for JM. 24, Waffle House. I'm going to go with the Dolphins here. Don't really know much about Waffle's game, but as far as the team-wise, he's going to come in. He's going to have a very good offensive line. He's going to have Jay Ajayi. He came on the scene last year, beast running back. So he's going to have the running game down. Tannehill, I know the, book is still out on him as to what he's going to be exactly. But he still has Jarvis Landry. He still has one of the best possession wide receivers in the game there. Kenny Stills, Devontae Parker. He's going to have a nice wide receiver corps there. Defensively, the Dominican Su's still there. So he's going to be stout up the middle. And Cameron Wake coming off the edge there. I really like that type of defense there. So I think Waffle's going to be fine at 24. So I think it's a good pick here for, as the teams wind down and stuff like that. So 24, Waffle House, Dolphins. 25, Ghost. I'm going to go with the Saints here for Ghost. Similar type of offensive type of play styles. I mean, like I said, at this end of the draft, it's slim pickings. You're going to have Drew Brees, one of the best quarterbacks in the game. Saints do like to spread it out. And he's going to have, Willie Snead. He's going to have Ted Ginn there, Mike Thomas, all types of nice, good wide receivers. Guys who can, they're not exactly speed burners, but they're fast enough for Ghost offense. I know they brought in Peterson. Adrian Peterson is now here. He's going to be combined with Mark Ingram, so he's going to have a nice 1-2 punch in the running game. And I'm kind of curious as how that's going to work in his exact offense that Ghost likes to run. But again, I really like that. I do like Alvin Kamara for Ghost. He's probably going to keep his number single digits because that's what Ghost does. But Kamara is probably going to be the guy in the future for the Saints and for Ghost. Defensive wise, Saints drafted Marshawn Lattimore. They hope he's going to be one of the up and coming corners. And Lattimore, I thought, it's probably gonna help out that secondary a lot, especially in Madden. Lattimore's likely gonna be that shutdown corner for a Ghost. They still got Devin Brooks. That's gonna be a nice 1-2 punch there. I'm kind of intrigued by them though. Like I said, between Lattimore, Brooks, Vaccaro, Bird, Von Bell, maybe they're building something there with the defense. So we'll see what Ghost does with that team. He's going to come on, finally get a team he could build with. So I'm kind of intrigued with the Saints there, especially with Ghost, and see where he goes with that. So 25 Ghost Saints. 26 Rye. I'm going to go with the Lions here with Rye. This is probably the first time that Rye's going to have like an unsettled running back offensive line situation in a while. So, he might need some time to get adjusted there. But he's going to have Amir Abdullah, likely the bell cow for Rye, at least early on. He's going to have a good quarterback at least. Matthew Stafford's still there. Rye might be a pass-first type of team initially at least until, he gets and molds his team how he wants to be. Maybe he's hoping Megatron comes back. I don't know. I mean, right now they only have Anquan Bolden, Golden Tate, Marvin Jones, Eric Ebron. All, again, solid pass-catching receiver, tight end type guys, but they're not necessarily studs. Not really many studs on this team. I actually think the defense is possibly underrated. They got Darius Slay, good cover corner, probably one of the top 10 cover corners in the game. They did draft Teez Tabor. Tabor was a stud corner in college, albeit probably slow. So he might not come in, probably only going to have 87 speed or things like that. But, again, you're still going to have, I think Slay and Tabor's will be a good 1-2 combo there. You have Ansah coming off the edge. Kerry Hyder really solidified the defense, at least the middle of that defense last year. So, I don't know. I think, it's the 26 pick. Rye's getting a decent team here, and he's probably going to be a threat wherever the hell he goes. So, but I'm going to go for the Lions here for Rye at 26. 27, Law Dog. I'm going with the Colts. He's going to have Andrew Luck. That's probably the best part of getting the Colts here. He's going to have a nice wide receiver corps. T.Y. Hilton's here. Dante Moncrief. He's going to have Dorsett. Nice, wide receivers who had, they had good ratings, nice speed in Madden. I know the backfield's kind of unsettled. I'm not sure if Frank Gore's going to be the guy there. Maybe he's going to go with Robert Turbin. I'm not really sure what he would do in that situation. But that defense, man, defense has been Achilles' heel for the Colts. But I do know one thing. Law Dog had a stud safety last year with the Steelers in Madden 17. He had Derwin James. Dude came in 99 overall. Guess what? He has Malik Hooker. So, you know what Law Dog does with safeties. Hooker's probably going to be a stud for Law Dog, one of the, linchpins for his defense. He still is going to have Vontae Davis, a very nice cover corner, still could do it. And the Colts drafted Quincy Wilson, a nice young cornerback who's going to, he's probably going to be good. He's probably going to be, again, with him and Hooker, that's probably going to be a nice, he's going to have a nice base to build upon on that defense there. So that's a good pick for Law Dog here at 27. 28, you got me, myself, and I. And I'm going to go with the Jets. I don't think that's a secret. I'm 99% sure no one's picking the Jets above me unless they like torture. The Jets are, this is the territory where you're not getting a good team. It's probably going to be a bad team here from, 28 on. So I'm here at 28. I'm probably going to pick the Jets here. Who's that quarterback? I don't know. I know I used Hackenberg last year. I'm probably going to do the same thing again this year. The offense is going to be really bad. I couldn't even tell. I mean, I could tell you who and what, but no one cares. Like, it's scrubs and guys who are young and, not ready to, make a difference. I know the defense, though. Defense is probably going to be the calling card here. Big Cat Leonard Williams is probably going to be the best guy on the defense. Still got Mo Wilkerson making a lot of money, still good. He coming off an injury. Sheldon Richardson still here. Jets drafted Jamal Adams, arguably the best player in the draft. So, you got a big time safety who might be one of the next great safeties in the league. And they did add Marcus May as well to team with Adams. So, hopefully that defense is going to, carry until I get some sort of offensive help there. But I'm going to go with Jets here for myself at 28. 29, Knowles. I'm going to go with the Redskins here. I like this pick for Knowles here. First question is what he's going to do with Kirk Cousins. Is he going to sign him? Knowles is not necessarily a quarterback guy. He really, doesn't put a ton of stock into having a stud quarterback. He could probably do much of anything. So, but Cousins still good. I just don't know if he's going to sign him to an extension. I don't know what he's going to do there. He's going to have a stud tight end though. Jordan Reed's going to be there. He has nice pieces. Terrell Pryor, wide receiver, Jamison Crowder, and Josh Doxson. Hopefully, still be rated decently to make an impact there. Defensive wise, Redskins drafted Jonathan Allen, who's a monster for Bama. He drafted him with their first rounder, so he's probably going to be anchoring that defensive line for Knowles and the Redskins if he falls there and if he decides to take him. And you still got Josh Norman, still great cover corner. And they are going to move Cravens to safety from linebacker. So I'm kind of interested in see how that goes for the Redskins and Knowles. But I'm going to go with the Redskins at 29 for Knowles. 30, LaHawk 1992. Welcome to the league, man. You get the Bills. I think the Bills are the best of what's left of the bunch. He's gonna have a decent offense to work with here. Tyrod Taylor is still a solid quarterback. Gives you that run pass option. Shady McCoy is still there. Still has a sizzle and shake, and he's gonna have Sammy Watkins. Not sure what LaHawk likes to do on offense or defense or how he runs the team. But it'll be interesting to see here. He does have a lot of youth on the defensive side. Shaq Lawson's there. Reggie Ragland's there. Marcel Darius still brings it up the middle. I know the Bills did lose Stephon Gilmore to the damn Patriots. So I know it's going to be frustrating as far as trying to build that secondary up because they pretty much got Darby and not much else. But I'm interested in to see how these new guys like LaHawk and a couple, two new dudes that we have behind him and see what they do with these teams towards the back end of the draft. So at 30, LaHawk, 1992, I'm going with the Bills here. 31, CJ, the one. CJ, I'm going with the Niners, man. I'm sorry, bro. It's going to be a rebuild. I hope you like rebuilding teams. I hope you're a great GM because it might take a while. I mean, there's no quarterback that you have there unless you think or you want to go roll with Matt Barkley. I mean, I'm sure that's unlikely. They got Brian Hoyer. He's probably going to be, for now until he grabs somebody else. It's a lot of work, man. I know you got Reuben Foster. You got nice defensive guys. Like I said, Reuben Foster, DeForest Buckner's there's on the defensive line. But it's gonna be a lot of work, man. So I'm interested in to see how you do. Again, welcome to the league. Hope you enjoy yourself, and good luck, brother. But I'm going with at 31, CJ the one, the Niners, and the last pick, 32. Never me or something. I'm sorry if I messed your name up. I apologize. But you got the Browns, bro. Not only can I not pronounce your name right, and I apologize again, but you got the Browns, so I apologize twice for that. Who's your quarterback? Is it Brock Osweiler? He was like the laughing stock of the quarterback position last year towards the end. Is it Deshaun Kaiser? It might be. Kaiser's a nice development guy that you could probably mold into something. Kaiser was a guy that Rod molded into one of the top quarterbacks in Madden 17. So, I'm interested in seeing what he does here. The defenses at least has some promise there. Myles Garrett, number one pick, probably going to be one of the next great pass rushers. At least that's what the Browns hope. I think he's going to have a great shot at doing it. Jamie Collins came over from the Patriots, and that was a great move for the Browns. And then you got Jabril Peppers, another guy they drafted. We just don't know what he is in the NFL yet. So 32 unnerved me. I'm gonna go with 469 Browns, last pick of the draft here. After that, I'm just gonna go over some interesting type of divisions here that I think would, I'm just looking at just based upon my, mocks. I think my favorite division right now, if I were to look, I kind of like the division where Rod is at. Now, for instance, Rod picks the Bucks, and Cole, I think, is going to be the Falcons for sure. You got Coach with the Panthers, and you got Ghost with the Saints. That's a tough division, man. That's a tough division. Rod's like one of the best players in our league. Ghost came on last year, was really good. Coach has always been a good player for us. Cole's gonna have a great team off the bat, so he's gonna have a 1-up. So I'm kind of interested in seeing how that works out. You got other interesting divisions. You got the West AFC. You got Chiefs, Adrian, Bouncers with the Raiders, Cade, Broncos, Blazer with the Chargers. That's gonna be a tough division too. I mean, they're all good teams, all good players. That might be one of those divisions one every year. It might be a new person running that division. Blazer's always been a winner, so he's usually playoff bound a lot. But again, Bouncer's gonna have the Raiders. He's gonna be good with the Raiders if he picks them. Cade's gonna have the Broncos. Kind of tough defensive team there. Adrian's always been tough on defense there. So you got some good. That's a good division there. Other than that, I mean, what else we got? We got the NFC North. Packers with Bob, Lions with Rye, CA with the Vikings, MG with the Bears. That's another nice division. Unheralded division might be, there we go, Seahawks, Tub, Simi with the Cardinals, Mustang with the Rams, and a new kid, CJ the One with the Niners there. So, there's a lot of good divisions that could potentially come about if my mock happens to fall the way I think it's going to fall. But I just wanted to go through some interesting divisions that might pop up. Other than that, man, that's it. That's a wrap for my team mock draft for Hard Knocks. Again, leave comments, feedback. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time. See you on the football field. This is Mogriffjr signing off.